Hi everyone, very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Now Experts Time channel. After a few videos, I received some request to post the video with respect to license calculation and license subscription for few modules. The last video, I have clearly explained how IT service management, that is ITSM, license calculation is happening in ServiceNow instance. I explained in that video. So if you want to understand more with respect to ITSM license area, please refer that video. It will give you the complete picture. So this session, what we are going to discuss is that customer service management license subscription, how it is calculating. So for this case, before going to this customer service management, we need to understand that IT service management license calculation. Why? What is the reason is what protocol or what methodology or what algorithm followed in the IT service management, the same type of approach followed in the customer service management as well, CSM side as well. That means the fundamental baseline layer is the same. What is that? The baseline is it is a role based license and it is a fixed license. This role based license and fixed license, it will map to the user or it will map to the group. That is a third point. What is the best practices? You should map the you should map the role to the group and you should map the group to the user. That is a best practice. So 4 point we discussed. One is it is a fixed license. Second is it is a role based license, and third one is this role based license you can map with the user or you can map with the group. But the best practice is who should map the license to role with the group, and that group should map with the user. These are all the four important points we need to understand in ITSM and CSM both management modules. Now we need to understand what are all the roles are licensed role. So if that point is clear, then these four item, I think it's pretty much same based on this point only. So to understand this role, it is part of a licensed role or unlicensed role. How to identify? This is the basic question. So the same basic question we discussed in the ITSM. So please check that ITSM video. It will help you. So to answer this query, so ServiceNow side, it is maintained into the table. What is the table? The table name is license underscore role. So if you go to that role, it having a entire application related roles. So here today we are discussing about customer service management module. So for this case, uh, there are fields available. Specifically you should look, there is an application field. So this field, it is representing this role, it is part of what module. So currently we are discussing the customer service management, right? So I filtered customer service management application in this table. So these are all the roles currently available. So next, if this is clear, the next portion is the role type. So how many role types are currently available in customer service management is there are three role type, similar like ITSM. What is the three role type is? Fulfiller, business stakeholder, and third one is a requester. These three. So first I will group this role type and I will showcase these are all the three role types currently available in your existing out of box table. So if you expand, it will explain what is that role name. So before going to this little deeper info, we should discuss about the category here. This category, what it is representing is, this is part of your service now out of box role or it is a custom role. So what are all the category having the name as service now out of box, these are all the role, it explains it is an out of box role. So service now OOB, it's represent out of box role. Yeah, so this is clear. So how to identify this is a out of box role or custom role? Come to this table, go to this category, filter that application, and find this category is based on out of box service now or it's a custom, then you can identify it. So next point is how to identify that role is a licensed role. So when we talk this point, I group the role type. There are three role type you can see it: business stakeholder, fulfiller, and requester. So in this case, the licensed role is fulfiller and business stakeholder. Requester it is not a licensed role, but these two roles are a licensed role. So if you expand the business stakeholder, what are the license are there, you can easily understand this informations. Yeah, and a similar way that fulfiller, what fulfiller, you take a comparison with your ITSM. Normally, what role we will use in the ITSM side, like ITIL role, right? So that ITIL role, what it is helping is normally if the user is a agent, service desk person, then normally resolver, then normally we will give that ITIL role. So that ITIL role, it is a fulfiller. So similar kind of role, customer service side management also available, that is called SN underscore customer service underscore agent. I can show this is this one. So SN underscore customer service underscore agent, if you see this item, it is fulfiller. So when you see the role type is a fulfiller, then it is a licensed role. And similar way, the business stakeholder, you take a approver point of view in ITSM. Now we talk about that comparison, and we are trying to understand that ITSM and the CSM, how it is designed in the license or role point of view. So that's what we are comparing now. So you take ITSM side, if you want to approve, then approval role is required. That approval role, it is part of your business stakeholder role type. So when you talk about the business stakeholder role type, then it is a licensed role. So similar way, there is an option available for approval role in the customer service management as well. So if you want to approve the request, then you need a approval role, then you can take that approval role from here. That means in the business stakeholder license itself. So point is very clear. If you have a question how to identify whether it is a licensed role or unlicensed role, the answer is you should go to this table. That is step number 1. Step number 2, I want to identify the customer service management related role, then go to your application and filter customer service management application. Step number 3, whether this role it is an out of box role or it is a custom role, then go to the category and filter any other name it represents category as custom, then it is a custom role. Any role it represents the category is service now out of box, then it is an out of box role. So once these item is clear, now go to your role type. In this role type, try to understand how many role types are there. In out of box there are 3 role types. What are all they? Business stakeholder, fulfiller, and requester. Fulfiller and business stakeholder, it is a licensed role. Requester, it is not a licensed role. So, and also we discussed about the comparison between this ITSM and CSM, it having a similar baseline, the license concept as well. To take in one example, I explained that ITIL role. So ITIL role, it is a common, it's a known role, famous role in ITSM scenarios. So similar kind of role it is available for CSM as well, but the role name is SN underscore customer service underscore agent. So this is a way we need to compare it, we need to understand. So if this point is clear, then how the license is calculating is based on your subscription overview. So if you go in the subscription management, there isn't a subscription management or subscription overview will be there. But to access this module, you need administrator access. If you have an administrator access, then you can go this subscription management or subscription overview module. So once you entered in the instance, it will display what are all the module subscription enabled here. So if you talk about this IT service management, then it will show IT service management standard. If you talk about that customer service related item, then customer service related item it will display here. So then currently it is not visible due to some error. I have some personal instance issue, so don't worry. But instead of this IT, it will show as a customer service management. So when you click this, if you go, there is a two important point we need to understand it. So here, subscribed groups and subscribed users. So these two item it is helping to calculate the license count. Why? How? When we start our discussion, I mentioned a not 2 point, important point. Uh, One is it's a role based license and fixed license, that is straightforward info. And the second is you should map this role, licensed role, that means a fulfiller role and business stakeholder role, you should map to the user or you should map to the group. Correct? If you are mapping to the user, then you directly go here, and when you are adding that role in that sys underscore user table, that time by default it will automatically come here, what is it user and what is it role. If it is a licensed role, then it will, by default it will come. Next, subscribed groups. If you are mapping the group with the role and you are tagging that group with the user, by default it will not come. You should come into the subscription management and you just click the add groups and you configure that group name here. After that, it will calculate the license. So if these 2 points are clear, then you can easily tag that licensed role or licensed user or licensed group in the subscription overview and calculate that consumption of your CSM license. So this is the same for IT service management as well, same for our customer service management also. So this is a baseline. If you are clear, then it will easy to uh, configure it. There is no major scripting work, there is no major configuration work. Is very simple. ServiceNow simplified your license calculation, but it will not come by default. It's like you need to do a housekeeping work daily basis. Just create a cookbook or run book to manage the license count in the daily basis. Anyway, BAU team, they will do some certain number of housekeeping work. You add this certain number of housekeeping work in the license calculation side as well, then they can easily progress further, and it will give a real time count or real time consumption in your ServiceNow business instance. So I hope you got little clarity or clear clarity about customer service management license consumption. uh, I believe this give you a high level view. Stay tuned with this Now Experts time channel, so I will publish a few more videos to understand the subscription for different modules. It will help you. Good day and good boy.